Okay. LiveStream take 2. Let's see. Mackenzie, the fact that you just showed up with the blue stain, that's so funny. Is that better? Better, better, better? Is there a bunch of you guys you guys are ridiculous. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. Sorry that it cut me off. Yes, it's better. Okay, good. I'm glad. And you're back. We're good. So sorry, you guys. So sorry. The video, so what I did is I stopped using my like webcam. I stopped using my webcam, and yeah. Okay. There's already 62 of you guys came back. I expected when I like lose you, and I always think this, whenever you're doing a live stream and like something cuts out or something goes away, I always just assume it's like, well, when I come back, there's like 3 people. I don't ever expect. Meanwhile, I'm putting in a coffee order from Cane's Head. Yes. I love that. I love that. I've said this quote before. I'm going to say it again. One of my favorite pieces of feedback we've received in this entire project was somebody who said, I can't do much, but I can buy coffee. And let's be honest, I was going to buy coffee anyway. I really do think that that shift in a mindset is one of the things that helps small businesses survive. Because here's what I know is that right now, financially, it's not just tough for small businesses, it's tough for almost everybody. And so to be asked to spend more money sometimes is just impossible. And so then it's like, well, I need other ways to help. And there's other ways that you can help. Like, honestly, even just following these businesses, following small businesses in your towns, in your communities, wherever you are, follow them on social media. If you buy something from them, leave them reviews. Leave them reviews on Yelp or on Google or on Facebook. Even things like send them a note of encouragement. I know that can be weird, but that makes a big deal that these business owners are seen. And so, but then the other thing we can do, and this goes back to that quote, is what are the things that we're already spending money on that maybe we could adjust and spend differently? And I'll use our stickers as an example. I have always ordered our stickers through Sticker Mule, which is like a big online print house, and they've done a great job for us. I have no problems with Sticker Mule. And the reason I've used them is that they're incredibly cheap. Sticker printing in Alaska is very expensive, very expensive. But I'm on this mission to find somebody who can print stickers locally that both allow me to still like get them to you for a reasonable cost, but keep that business close to home. And so what are the things that we could do? And what are the ways that we could spend money that we were already going to spend, but maybe make it more intentional, you know? Sure to say LeggLife sent us whenever we visit these small shops. I one of the I got couldn't Sherri print stickers on her Cricut. I don't think they would be the quality and stuff that we need them to be, or that I would want them to be. One of the most emotional moments for me watching Spring's live stream yesterday was when she started and she was showing how they're right across from the cruise ship dock. Because I started to think about all of the LeggLife viewers and all of our community members who have supported this whole initiative and who support us. And it might not be this year, hopefully it's next year, who are going to show up to Ketchikan on a Disney ship or on a Princess ship or on a Royal Caribbean ship. And they're going to get off in Ketchikan and they're going to be walking and they're going to say, wait a second, that's that shop. And they're going to go there. Or you guys are going to be planning your trips and saying, okay, while we're in Ketchikan, there's this one shop I need to go to. And that makes me so happy to think that this isn't just something that helps them right now. This isn't just something that helps them over a 3-week period, but that in the future, as you guys visit these towns, you're going to want to go see that shop, and you're going to want to go like walk in, and you're going to want to go spend money there in person, and you're going to want to, and like that to me is the long-term effect of this stuff. Is that it's not just a one-time shot in the arm. Um, yeah. I wish I could find a small business that could do my stuff for me. Mackenzie, it's hard. I can't wait to go to the stores in person. See, Melissa, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Ketchikan is one of my favorite towns in Alaska. It's my phone background, my computer. Sherri and I are really excited to go this summer. That's one of the things that we're planning on doing. We're planning to do Ketchikan, Sitka, and Juneau, and then a bunch of other towns as well. Good evening, Adam and Sherri. God bless you both for helping all these small businesses. I love ordering and buying things local. The quality is usually so much better. I agree. Thanks for doing that. And remember, do it wherever you are. Businesses everywhere are hurting. It's not just Alaska. We focus on Alaska because it's our home, it's what we love, but also it's the place where we can have the most impact, because we know that you guys, you guys love Alaska because we're here and because a lot of you have been here. And so it just made sense for us to focus on this. But yeah, have impact wherever you can. One of the things we talk about is like kindness ripples, right? That all that we're responsible for is like picking up that pebble, whatever that action is that we're supposed to do, whatever that one thing is we're supposed to do. Like all that we do is we pick it up and we toss that pebble. And where the ripples affect, we don't know. The reality is that you guys have spent money with all these stores, which allows all these stores to pay bills for utilities in their town. It allows them to spend money at suppliers in their town and grocery stores in their town, and employ people who are in their town. And so there's a ripple effect that goes beyond just the bottom line of a business. There's people who are impacted by this when we do this stuff. Other than Seward, what's a day trip from Anchorage? So from Anchorage, there's a couple day trips that I really enjoy. If you head south, like Mackenzie said, Seward's a great one because you could stop at Girdwood and take the tram to the top of the mountain. Beautiful view. You can go south to Seward, obviously, which is stunning. You can stop at the Wildlife Conservation Center. You can do the Sea Life Center. Heading north of Anchorage, you have a couple day trips. I really love Talkeetna. I really love Talkeetna, and so the drive up there is beautiful. But if you go more towards Palmer, you can go to like Matanuska Glacier, and that's just like a stunning drive, absolutely stunning drive. So yeah, there's either north or south. I mean, from Anchorage, that's the only option. Like you're either going north, you're going south, unless you have a boat. Spring is here. What? LeggLife has made it now, folks. Which is the place with the tunnel? That's Whittier. That's the town of Whittier. Whittier's another one of our favorite places. There's so many places, and that's why I'm excited. I know a lot of you guys have messaged us and said that you're planning on coming up here this summer as independent travelers, which makes my day. Doug says Whittier, Talkeetna, Trapper Creek. Doug, Trapper Creek, that's where I was raised. You know what I want to do? I want to go create like a fake little sign and just like hide it somewhere in Trapper Creek. It's like Trapper Creek, home of Adam Legg. Local YouTuber. That's why I have a friend because that's what the news article or the news story said, like local YouTubers, then whatever the headline was. And he was like, just so you know, that's how I'm introducing you to all my friends now. Hi, this is my friend Adam, local YouTuber. Make a list for us. So one of my plans, let's talk a little bit about this because I need to know your feedback. Remember, Shop 49th happened because on an Instagram live stream one night, we started talking about this. And I was like, hey, here's a crazy idea. Let's have a talk. And that led to the Shop 49th name, idea, logo. Mackenzie helped me with a logo, all that kind of stuff. And so Shop 49th happened because of a live stream. And that's the reality. Like it's the LeggLife community brain trust that did it. So there's a couple kinds of businesses in Alaska, right? There's product-based businesses like all the ones that we've selected so far. But then there are also experience-based businesses in Alaska. Things like fishing charters and whale cruises and like dog sled tours and flight scene and helicopter tours and rafting, right? There's all of these other experience-based businesses. The problem is that Shop 49th can't really help them because I need to make this so simple. I need you guys to go online, be able to visit a store, press shop, and like spend money. That's what I need. It's harder with experience-based businesses. So remember, the whole idea behind Shop 49th was that we would use our platform to help local businesses. And so then I'm thinking, it's like, okay, well, how in the world could I use our platform to help experience-based businesses? Um, and I think one of the ways that we could do that this summer is by when we visit these towns, essentially create, and you guys have seen us do this as we've traveled around the country, even around the world. I think of our Paris vlogs were a good example of this. Almost like little travel vlogs of these towns. So when we go to Ketchikan, it's the whole experience. It's the place that we stayed. It is the restaurants we ate at. It is the whale tour we go on. It is the like all of that kind of stuff, right? So that as you guys are planning your Alaska vacations, and I know so many of you guys do that, you can go to our vlog and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to Ketchikan. What was that place that Adam and Sherri went? Like, who was the charter they used? Who was like? Where did they stay? Where was that restaurant they ate at that had like that amazing meal?" Um, because I think that the way that we can help, and I hate this term so much. Like this term is like the grossest thing to me. But I feel like with experience-based businesses, the way we can help is by like using our audience for exposure. Oh, it's so gross. But I don't know how else to help them because there's not a product that you guys can buy. So what do you guys think about that? Like that this summer essentially, and we did this with Juneau as well. Like Sherri and I fly to Ketchikan for the weekend, and we create essentially a travel vlog focused just on Ketchikan. But then in the video description, it's like, hey, here's links to all the places we went. Here's links to all the businesses you saw in these vlogs. Go, here they are on Facebook. Here they are on Instagram. Here's how you book them. May you please say hi to Brandon? Of course I will. Hi, Brandon. Good to see you, bud. Hatcher's Pass is wonderful. Love it. Love that idea. Okay. Buy Alaska is building a directory. They are. And Buy Alaska, this is really cool, is the statewide initiative under the Small Business Development Center. That is kind of the statewide network for small businesses all over the state. They reached out to us this week and said, hey, we've seen this. We've heard of this since you've launched it. We love the idea. We love what you guys are doing. So Buy Alaska is actually going to highlight Shop 49th this week on social media. But then they also have asked me to write a piece for their upcoming newsletter talking about Shop 49th and explaining what it is, why we're doing this, and expose it to all of their network of businesses. Love that. Let's see. Praying for Sherri. We hope she gets better soon. We miss seeing her in the videos. I miss that too. How did you end up in Alaska? I'll ask that one, or I'll answer that one. It's a good question. My family moved to Alaska when I was 3. I was born in Hartford, Connecticut, and then we moved to Ontario, Oregon for a little while before my family bought a lodge here in Alaska. They bought a lodge in Trapper Creek called the Cache Creek Lodge, and that's where I was raised. We had like a dog team. We had 16 dogs that I could hook up and take out and go explore with. It was a pretty amazing place as a young boy to grow up because I just remember like the imagination of a young boy is already very big, but the land was even bigger somehow, right? And so I got to grow up in this place that was just as big as my mind could imagine it being. So it's been home since. Can't wait to see the Alaska travel vlogs. I definitely plan to eat in some of the places you guys have eaten in Anchorage and Seward and Whittier. I love that. Is it listing small businesses by city? Yes, it is. I found some of my excursions through trip reports. Excellent. Help us when we plan for Alaska. Okay, so it sounds like this will be helpful to you guys. A directory would be helpful and maybe do's and don'ts. Okay, so one of the reasons I avoided a directory approach to Shop 49th, because that was one of my initial thoughts, was like, well, what if I just created a website that was like, here's 100, small businesses that are hurting because of this. But the reality is that 100 small businesses on a website, you might have an order here or 2 orders there, or right? It's just it dilutes it. It dilutes the impact when you have a lot of them. And so I wanted to have a very focused and very intentional impact on a few, because if you have 100 orders that are spread across 100 businesses, one order to each of those businesses, I mean, it's great, but that doesn't really help. Whereas, like when Spring is able to get what, like 50 orders in 2 weeks, and I don't even know what you're at today, that's huge for them. Like that is a huge deal. So that's why I've avoided the directory on the Shop 49th business side of things. Did your TV interview happen? Yes, Kelly, the TV interview did happen. If you follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, you can find it over on our pages. And honestly, the the highlight of that whole interview was not me. The highlight of that whole interview was Spring, the owner of Woodlands. Like I finished watching that and I was just like, thank God for her. Like what a godsend she has been to this initiative. And I'm convinced that as this grows going forward, it will be more impactful because of her involvement from the beginning. Because as a business owner, she has the ability to tell part of the story that I don't. Right? I'm the guy who started it. And so of course I'm going to tell one side of the story, but I can only tell one side. And she was able to come in and tell the other side. And to me, it was the other side that was so impactful. Sorry, I'm way behind on comments. I'm gonna try to get caught up. What is your favorite restaurant in Anchorage? Ooh, gosh, it would depend on what type of food. We love Moose's Tooth very, very much. We love Glacier Brew House. If you're looking for like Hawaiian food, there's a place called Houlihan's we love. Siam cuisine is amazing. Thai Vietnamese food. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. There's a hidden gem in Anchorage called West Berlin. It's a German restaurant, and it's really good. Getting caught up. I think that would work beautifully. It's exactly how I was able to book the hotel for our viewer cruise. I watched a previous vlog when you guys left out of San Diego. See, man. Ooh, Serrano's is a great one, Mackenzie. Good call. Holy cow. Another vote for a LeggLife guidebook. Okay, well, that's one of the things I do want to do. I love that idea. So the LeggLife Alaskan tours. Let's talk a little bit about this. Let's talk about this, okay? This is another one of those crazy ideas, like the viewer cruise, that I just thought, why in the world would you guys ever want to do that? And the whole idea behind the LeggLife Alaska tours is that you guys would want to experience Alaska with us. And the more we've talked about this on like Instagram, there are a lot of people that are like, that sounds amazing. It started as an idea when I looked at the Disney Adventures, what is it called? The Disney Adventures by Disney Alaska tour. And I looked at the price they were charging and I was like, we could do something way better for way less. Like, no knock against Disney, but like it's still Disney and they have to make like a huge profit. I get that. And so I started to think, well, wait a second. We know our audience loves us. We know you guys are already like wanting to travel with us based on the viewer cruise. What if we set up something where like maybe 4 times a year, maybe there's like 2 summers and 2 winters, or 3 summers and 1 winter, like a 10-day Alaska tour with us, basically where we take you guys to like our favorite places. So you guys stay at our favorite hotel in Anchorage, and we're with you the whole time. It's kind of like a guided tour, but Sherri and I are the guides, and the places we're going are some of the places that tour groups don't always go, because like when you come to Alaska on a princess cruise, you come to Alaska on a princess cruise and you get off and you get on the princess bus, and then you go and you stay at the princess resorts, and then you go. And so there's this element of you see their version of Alaska. And I'm not saying that's bad. I think Princess actually has a pretty beautiful version of Alaska they've created. But as an Alaskan who's lived here since I was 3 years old, it's not my version of Alaska. And I think that you guys would love to experience that. And so with this pandemic, I've been thinking about how in the world do I get more money to Alaskan businesses? And one of the things I feel like this whole pandemic has made me more it's brought this whole idea of a guided tour by us more to the forefront because I'm just like, man, in 2022, like I could bring 15 of my friends to all of these places, right? And we could spend money there and it could help the economy and it could, and so I'm thinking more about that. So I'm kind of reading some of your guys' comments. You guys are down for that. That sounds like something you'd like to do. Yeah. So let me know if that's the kind of thing. Obviously, I mean, just being totally honest, still wouldn't be cheap, partly because coming to, Alaska is just not cheap, but it's worth it, right? It is, in my opinion, is the greatest place in the world. It is breathtaking and beautiful, and it might not be cheap, but you will never, for the rest of your life, forget the things that you get to do and see and experience here. Sounds like a VRBO experience. Just like a 10-day one, right? Oh, I see we're talking about double muskie. That's a good steak. Yeah, Melissa, gosh, if anybody knows about a love for Alaska and coming back, it's you guys. It's totally worth it. We like to explore new places with people who live there. And that's one of our thoughts is that, there are places that Sherri and I love that I just never see in guidebooks. So adult only or with kids, honestly, probably adult only. I don't know. I'm not set on that. I would need to think about that. A couple people have asked us about that. I don't know. Maybe kids of certain ages would be okay. I don't know. I would need to. So I don't want to give a final answer on that because I still need to process this. Yeah. Adam, guide tours by y'all would be a dream for our family. And also, how far in advance would y'all set up dates? So I think what we would probably do is if we do end up doing a summer 22, we would probably do one test one first. And this might even sound weird, but we might even do a winter test one first. Now, I know not as many people want to visit Alaska in the winter, but being able to do it with a smaller group, I think could be cool, but I don't know. So we might do one test group and then have like a couple other dates. But I would think we'd do it. I would think we'd probably try to announce them a year plus in advance. I can babysit for adult days. Alaska is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen or lived. Yeah. I'm thinking I'll need snow gear. Does the tour include getting to cuddle Missy for a day? I don't know about that. I've never lived where people are so nice and supportive. 100% agree with you. 100% agree. Create a box from local Alaskan items to sell. So that's an idea that has been kicked around to us a number of times. I don't think it's an idea that Sherri and I feel led to do. However, that being said, there may be something in the works. I've already met with some people about it that they're doing, and I really love the idea. And more than that, I love the heart behind it. And if they do end up moving forward with it, it's the kind of thing that we would promote on our channel to not just help them get it off the ground, but also to help the businesses that would be supported by that box. So we're not going to create like a LeggLife or a Shop 49th box, but there is the potential for one of those coming. And if so, we'd get behind that. Adam, can me and my wife meet up with y'all this summer? Yeah, 100%. In fact, I mean, and this, I may regret saying this. When possible, that'll be my little asterisk. When possible, if you guys are here, Sherri and I would love to grab coffee. If again, if we can, we would love to grab coffee. So, yeah. So yes, the best way to set that up is email us. It's just legglife@gmail.com. Let's do that. I know there's a lot of you guys who reached out to us. We've met a number of you who have been here in town. Rob and Sandy Carter. I mean, my gosh, it's an absolute, still one of our very biggest YouTube like highlights and favorite memories was just not just getting to meet them in person, but then like getting to watch the friends we've become since then. And I love it. All right, a little behind. Let me see. The box is a great idea for each of our stores to do it on their own. I would love that, and that's one of the things that I've encouraged them to do. Stores to do is um, the goal of Shop 49th is money to businesses because that's how businesses stay alive, right? I mean, businesses is how they don't close their doors next month, or money is how they don't close their door next month. So that's the goal. And so I've encouraged them. It's like, these people that have like spent money with you, continue to market to them. Like my hope is that those of you guys who bought Cane's Head coffee once love Cane's Head coffee so much that next month when you need more coffee, because we all need more coffee, you go back to Cane's Head and you buy coffee from them. That's my hope. So yeah. Good evening from Pittsburgh. Hi, Pittsburgh. Average summer temperature in Alaska. It's so hard to say because summers are so different here. We've had a couple summers ago, it was 90 degrees in Anchorage. But then we've had summers where there were only a few days that got over 70. Here's my Alaska packing pro tip. If you're visiting Alaska between May and September, there's some things you need. Bring t-shirts, bring long sleeve t-shirts, bring a hoodie, bring a light jacket. I don't think, now this depends on where you live. If you live in Florida and you are cold if the temperature's in the 60s, you probably need to bring a winter jacket. But the reason I tell people to bring layers is that you can add or take away layers based on the temperature, because you could have a day where it's 80 degrees and then a day where it's 80 degrees and then, a night where it's, 49. So I would say be prepared for whatever could happen, and layers help you do that. I need to see the Northern Lights. Boy, Northern Lights were out like crazy a couple nights ago. I'd love if you would consider making LeggLife shirts. So thank you. We would like to eventually do something like that. I don't know what it will look like. I don't think it will ever be just like a shirt with like our LeggLife logo. We would like to create some kind of merch that speaks to the values of our brand. Things like adventure, things like kindness. I want to create things that have a message, not a logo. Does that make sense? Like I want things that say something, not promote something. So those are my values. And until we can make merch that does that, I don't want to do it, because I don't have a desire to have a lot of people walking around Disney with my face on their shirt. But I do have a desire to have people walking around Disney with a message that shares something, that shares a message. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Honestly, I would love to be able to hide, like, your stickers do that. Anybody can walk around with Missy on their shirt. That's right. I would love to be able to work with one of these. Here's my dream. This is where my Shop 49th dream goes. Here's how practically this looks for us. Spring, who owns Woodlands, they also own a print house. When I need more LeggLife business cards, I don't want to go to uprinting.com. I want to order from her. When I need to design new LeggLife merch, I would love to be able to have the resources available to hire her, because I think her designs are amazing. And I'd love to be able to say, hey, like, what if we created a couple designs that we could use on like shirts and stickers? And then rather than paying some designer on, 99 designs, that money goes to Catch a Can. And so this Shop 49 thing has just been such a mind shift for me. Sorry, Sherri's, I think, vacuuming. I just hear the vacuum going. It's been such a mind shift for me in all of the ways that we spend our money, that I would just, that's what I'd like to see LeggLife merch. I'd like for it to have a message, but I'd also like for it to have an impact behind it. To know that it's like, oh, that sticker went to help support, like, not just Adam and Sherri, but like this business in Ketchikan. I just love that. I want everything we do to have a purpose behind it. I just have I have no desire to get stuff created for the cheapest possible price to make the highest profit margin, and to sell the most product. I just don't. And honestly, this is a good boy. This is gonna be a controversial statement. This might tick some people off. Um, honestly, like you 61 people who have supported us on Patreon, help us do that. That's just the reality. Is that those things take money, and um, and now we have the ability to do that. 4 days ago, we didn't. So thank you. Kindness is magical. What a fun shirt that would be, right? With like a Disney theme. We could do it. I'm writing that down. Kindness is magical. Boom. Cool idea. So there we go. What else you guys want to talk about? Kindness is magical. It's a cool idea. We could have fun with that too. We could have a lot of fun with that. So the vacuuming sounds like humming. I know. It's so funny. I know Sherri was watching the live stream, and then I just hear the vacuum. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's a vacuum. I don't know why she's vacuuming. Sherri has been really struggling with like the whole sitting still and doing nothing thing and just like healing, because I feel like did Kelsey from CMA contact you? I don't know what CMA is. The Christian Music Artists, Country Music Association. Please tell me it's the Country Music Association. Don't they have like CMA awards? Please tell me it's them. If this is my opportunity to sing with Garth Brooks, I'm 100% in. Yell to Sherri. She's like, Michelle, will you consider doing a video and or podcast on Disney World's 50th anniversary? Things to look forward to, how to celebrate Disney at home. So Nicole, good question. I think, oh boy, it's a little bit of a hard question. Clearwater Marine Aquarium. I don't think so. I don't think Kelsey has reached out to us yet. I don't think I've had anybody respond. Here's my struggle with Disney content. We love vlogging Disney. You guys love it when we vlog Disney. It makes total sense for us to vlog when we go to Disney. It even makes sense for us to do content here, like when things come up talking about Disney. The videos that I don't make and I don't want to make are about things that so Langston Hughes once had a quote. I've said it before. Langston Hughes once said that the only prerequisite for writing is having something to say. And I take that into a vlog as well. So if I'm going to make a video, one of the questions I ask myself is, do I have something to say about this? Do I have value to add to this conversation? Or am I just like saying words? Am I just adding noise, or am I adding value? And if I'm being totally honest with the Disney World 50th anniversary thing, I don't feel like I have anything to say that adds value. I think I have things to say that add noise. Because I'm not a Disney World pro. You guys, like, if I go to Disney World during the 50th anniversary, I will tell you what my experience is like. I'll tell you the things that I loved. I'll tell you all of that kind of stuff. You get to see the 50th anniversary through my perspective. But as far as telling you guys what you should go do on the 50th anniversary, I have no clue. And there are some other really great Disney vloggers who do that stuff and have access to the parks in a way that I just don't. And so that's my concern or my hesitation with putting out a video like that. So if we can do it in a way that adds value rather than adds noise, yes, I will do that. Am I going to vlog if you go during your trip next week? So I'm not going to the parks, but I am going, I think Saturday, we have some Disney resort plans, and I'm super excited. So I will be vlogging that. Yeah. I will be vlogging that. Let's see. Adam, you always seem to have something to say with value and inspiration. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that, friend. Completely unrelated. How does Anchorage handle the homeless population? Isn't it way too cold for people to sleep outside? You'd think so, right? But we have a huge homeless population. And there's a lot. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for me to answer this quickly. There are things that we do well here, and there are things that we do really poorly here when it comes to working with our friends who are homeless. There's still we need a lot more resources because we have a huge homeless population. I can't imagine being on the street in most American cities, I really can't imagine being on the street in Anchorage, Alaska, or in Fairbanks, Alaska, or in these other towns. Like the other night, it was 6 below 0. I was up and it was like 3:30 in the morning. I was awake and I checked AccuWeather and it was 6 below 0. And when I see that number, I think about our friends who are in camps around the city and who are in tents and I'm just like, in some ways, I'm just like, I hope tomorrow morning when I text you, like you respond, right? Because that's just such a dangerous temperature. So it's a hard issue here. And as with homelessness in all places, there's a lot of things that feed into it. So, yeah. What dates are you going to be gone? I'm not totally sure. This next week, though. Hi, Corla. Love you guys. Corla, I need your new home address. Sorry, just a little discussion among cousins. I got your Christmas card back because I realized I still have the old address and I didn't enter the new address because I didn't even think about it. So could you message me on Facebook or something, the new mailing address? Thanks. Let's see. When you come to Disneyland, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. Thanks, Susan. You don't have to buy a coffee. We can just hang out, though. Maybe we'll buy your coffee. All right. Love the videos, and we all miss Sherri in our prayers with her. Thank you. I miss Sherri, too. I'm so sick of editing my own face. I am so sick and tired of vlogs just being me, you guys. It's so difficult because LeggLife is us. But for like 2 months now, LeggLife has been me, and I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of that. I was thinking about this I was editing today's video last night, and I kind of laughed to myself because I'm like, "Yep, I'm sick of myself." Like I've reached the point where it's like I'm tired of my face and my voice. Like, oh, you did buy my coffee at Starbucks last week, Susan. I love that. That makes me happy. For those of you guys who don't know, if you don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram, sometimes you miss out because a couple times now we've done these just random. We put $100 on a Starbucks gift card, and anybody around the country can screenshot it and take it to their Starbucks and use it. And when the money's out, the money's out. But it's just our way of buying coffee for our community. So, and I wish that there was, going back to the small business thing, I wish there was a way for us to do that supported like smaller coffee shops. But the hard part when you're trying to like do something fun like that for people that live all over the country and the world is there's really not another option, right? Like it's kind of a Starbucks gift card and that's sort of it. So yeah. You didn't. Okay. Sherri's going to get better and Adam won't want to be in a vlog for the next year. That's Miranda. That's true. You guys are going to have like 6 months of just Sherri vlogs. Actually, that's not true. That sounds horrible to Sherri. Really enjoyed the TV show Binging podcast. Have you guys been enjoying the podcast? How many of you guys even knew that the LeggLife podcast existed? I need to know. Angie did. Everyone having a good night. My husband is doing a live stream and I need to go support. Go support your husband. We'll continue to pray for her and you. I really hope and pray that guys get some answers and help. So do we, Corla. I'm still catching up. Love the podcast. Love the podcast. The podcast is awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And the one this week, the one yesterday was just me, but all the other ones have been Sherri and I, and we are having so much fun doing it. We are having so much fun doing the podcast. I do, but they're super late for me. The podcast you can listen to anytime. We actually upload the podcasts at 7 a.m. Pacific time, Saturday morning. Oh man. I didn't know about podcasts. I do now though. Yeah, so you can if you just search LeggLife on Apple or LeggLife on Spotify or LeggLife on Google Podcasts, you can listen. I think we have the episode yesterday was our 9th episode. And it's so cool. Like it's doing so much better than I expected it to. I love the podcast. Drove Florida to New York listening. So cool. Send you an email. Also love the podcast. Still catching up. Adam, we love your genuineness and pray for you and Sherri daily. Thank you. The world needs more LeggLife. They're linked here below your video. Terry's the MVP. Thank you, Terry. I forget about that kind of stuff because I'm a horrible A horrible YouTuber. I love the podcast. Listened to 7, 8, and 9 while I was cleaning the house yesterday. We listened to it on Spotify. Have you heard K-pop? Like Korean pop music, K-pop? Yeah. Andy, thank you. That's a very kind comment. I'll be on it, learning much, feeling old with technology. Oh man. Well, we've thrown a lot of new technology at you guys lately. I get that. So, all right, friends. We've been streaming over an hour with this live stream and the last live stream. So I think that's good. I think I'm going to go. I need to start making dinner. I'm going to make enchiladas tonight, inspired by our friend Auburn. She made them over on her Instagram. Was it her Instagram story or in a vlog? I don't remember if it was an Instagram story or a vlog, or if she texted me. Now that I mention it, I think she might have just texted me. And I saw the enchiladas, and I was like, I've had this like soul level craving for enchiladas since I saw that photo, and I need them in my life. And so tonight, enchiladas will be in our life and our bellies. So, you guys, I appreciate so much you guys hanging out with me on such last minute notice. I really am going to try to get live on Instagram, or I'll get live on YouTube more often. I miss you guys. I don't want YouTube to take a back seat in any of this stuff. And so we're going to do more of it. Okay. Love you guys so much, friends. Thanks for being a part of our community. Thanks for supporting Sherri and I through all of this stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Okay. Bye, friends.